A river of liquid fire, burning at 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, consumes everything in its path. When a shield volcano like Kilauea ruptures, the resulting lava flows do not merely alter the landscape, they erase it entirely. Forests are incinerated in seconds. Topsoil is buried under crushing weight, and all biological memory is wiped clean. As the molten rock meets the cooling air or the ocean, it solidifies into an endless expanse of jagged, jet-black basalt. This is the absolute sterilization of land. To the human eye, this freshly forged crust appears to be a permanent tomb, a place where biological existence has been permanently extinguished by the deep earth furnace. Yet this smoking, glass-sharp terrain is not an ending, but a brutal new beginning. The newly hardened basalt offers zero organic nutrients, holds no moisture, and bakes under an unforgiving sun. Temperatures on the dark stone can exceed 140 degrees Fahrenheit during the day, creating a thermal anvil that threatens to vaporize any stray biological material. Winds whip across the featureless expanse, carrying away any temporary respite. It is an environment designed to repel biology, demanding an impossible resilience from anything attempting to cross its threshold. The first challengers to this wasteland arrive unseen on the wind. Microscopic spores and bacteria, carried by atmospheric currents, rain down upon the cooling rock. Among them are extremophiles, organisms capable of thriving in physically or geochemically extreme conditions that are detrimental to most life on Earth. Specifically, cyanobacteria touch down on the barren stone. These microscopic architects do not need soil. They require only sunlight, airborne moisture, and the raw elemental chemistry of the volcanic glass to initiate one of the planet's most profound transformations. By pulling nitrogen directly from the atmosphere and extracting trace metals locked within the basalt, these microbial pioneers establish a microscopic foothold. As they live, reproduce, and die, their microscopic remains accumulate in the tiny vesicles and fractures of the lava. This accumulation of organic carbon is the crucial first step in ecological succession, the predictable and orderly process by which an ecosystem changes and develops over time. The sterile stone is no longer entirely dead. It has been infected with the very earliest ingredients of soil. Following the invisible microbial vanguard come the first visible colonizers. Lichens, a complex symbiotic partnership between a fungus and an algae or cyanobacteria, begin to paint the black rock in pale hues of gray, green, and orange. The fungal partner secretes powerful organic acids that slowly dissolve the volcanic minerals, while the photosynthetic algae provide food. Together, they weather the rock mechanically and chemically. Moss spores soon follow, anchoring into the microscopic pits carved by the lichens, acting like tiny sponges that trap morning dew and wind-blown dust. The mechanics of this biological invasion were granted a spectacular, real-time laboratory in 1963. Off the southern coast of Iceland, a submarine eruption violently breached the ocean's surface, forging a brand new sterile landmass named Surtsey Island. For the scientific community, this smoking, ash-covered rock was an unprecedented gift. It offered a pristine, untouched canvas for exploring exactly how life takes hold from absolute zero. To protect the integrity of this natural experiment, Surtsey was immediately declared a strict nature reserve. Human access was severely restricted to a handful of researchers, and extreme quarantine measures were enforced to prevent accidental contamination. Scientists meticulously cataloged every arrival. They watched as ocean currents delivered the first seeds of coastal plants, washing them ashore on the island's pumice beaches. But the most dramatic catalyst for life came from above, delivered by the wings of avian visitors. Seabirds exploring the isolated rock became the unwitting architects of Surtsey's first true ecosystem. Gulls and fulmars established nesting colonies on the hardened lava fields. Their droppings, rich in nitrogen and phosphorus, acted as a potent fertilizer, instantly upgrading the rudimentary soil created by the microbes and lichens. Seeds carried in the birds' digestive tracts or clinging to their feathers were deposited directly into this nutrient-rich guano. Within a few short years, vibrant green patches of scurvy grass and sea sandwort erupted against the gray volcanic ash, a startling oasis in the middle of the North Atlantic. Thousands of miles away, On the tropical slopes of Kilauea, a different kind of pioneer orchestrates how the forest returns. The ohia lehua tree is a master of volcanic colonization, recognized as a pioneering species, a hardy organism that is the first to colonize barren environments or previously biodiverse ecosystems that have been disrupted. When its tiny, wind-dispersed seeds land on a fresh lava flow, they do not require deep soil. They germinate in the shallowest of cracks, sending out specialized roots that hunt for trapped moisture. The ohia possesses an astonishing physiological defense against the lingering toxic gases of the active volcano. When sulfur dioxide plumes sweep across the landscape, the tree can rapidly close its stomata, the microscopic pores on its leaves, effectively holding its breath until the toxic cloud passes. As the tree grows, its roots exert immense hydraulic pressure, splitting the basalt and widening fractures. Its falling leaves create a thick layer of mulch, locking in humidity and creating a shaded, nutrient-rich microhabitat that shields subsequent arrivals from the brutal equatorial sun. Beneath the expanding canopy of the ohia, the fractured lava fields transform into a complex, multi-tiered habitat. Sword ferns and specialized shrubs take root in the accumulating organic matter. But life also pushes downward. As the lava flows originally cooled, the outer edges hardened, while rivers of molten rock continued to flow inside, eventually draining away to leave massive, hollow lava tubes. These subterranean caverns, devoid of sunlight, quickly become colonized by highly specialized troglobites. Blind spiders and pale crickets navigate the pitch-black corridors, feeding on the decaying roots of the ohia trees that plunge through the cavern ceilings. The pace at which this transformation occurs reveals a hidden climatic engine. The transition from a smoking black desert to a dense rainforest is not governed by a universal clock, but by the precise whims of weather. On the windward, rain-drenched slopes of Hawaiian volcanoes, ecological succession can produce a young forest in a mere 50 years. Conversely, on the arid leeward sides, where moisture is scarce, the basalt can remain stark and barren for centuries, locked in a suspended state of slow microbial decay. The geography of rainfall dictates the speed of the planet's rebirth. This cycle of absolute destruction and vibrant renewal forces a profound shift in how we understand geological violence. Volcanoes are universally perceived as agents of death, yet they are the fundamental architects of the biosphere. They dredge up the essential minerals locked deep within the Earth's mantle, delivering them to the surface. The newly formed land, initially hostile, is a blank slate rich with potential, waiting only for the tireless machinery of biology to unlock its elemental wealth. The implications of this resilience extend far beyond the shores of Earth. Astrobiologists study how life recolonizes these lava flows to understand the potential for survival on other rocky planets. If terrestrial microbes can extract a living from cooling magma and toxic gas, the ancient volcanic landscapes of Mars or the active calderas of Venus might not be as hopelessly sterile as they appear. The blueprints for survival forged on Surtsey and Kilauea provide a template for how life might endure, or even originate, in the most violent corners of the cosmos. To stand on a fresh lava flow and witness a single fern uncoiling from a crack in the glass is to witness the relentless, unstoppable momentum of biology. It is a testament to the fact that on this planet, no landscape is truly dead. Through spores riding the wind, seeds hidden in the feathers of seabirds, and roots strong enough to shatter stone, life always finds a way to reclaim the rock. The barren land is merely a temporary silence, waiting for the inevitable, triumphant return of the wild.